Good evening everyone, this is Master Chief Chaff. Welcome to my channel, my video. Today I'm going to be giving a rundown of the Destiny class balances for June and what I think of them, how I think they should have been different or if they were good. So please keep on watching, let me know what you think. First off, we have the changes to the Hunter grenades. The Swarm grenade is increasing arming radius by 0.5 meters and the detonation damage is increased by 7%. So you've got a larger radius that will track people in and a higher damage whenever it hits the ground and explodes near someone. You got more damage for that grenade. Trip Mine no longer attaches to enemies, instead it arms on impact and bounces off them and then will stick to the surface when it lands, kind of like the Titan Spike grenade. Trip Mine damage is being reduced by 3%, which is quite annoying, I think. I think the Trip Mine doesn't do enough damage as it is. It kills generally a lot of people in one hit, but not everyone. You'll stick it to someone's face and it won't kill them, it'll leave them a slither of health, and that to me is kind of annoying. A lot of grenades are one shot, so why doesn't the Trip Mine? Why doesn't the Trip Mine kill in one hit? A fusion grenade from a Titan or a Warlock will, so why doesn't a fusion, when it hits them in the face and sticks to them, or you walk past it and leaves them with just a tiny amount of health? So damage reduction I don't really like. The damage increase for the Swarm grenade is pretty cool. It looks like they're trying to push hunters towards using the Swarm grenade, because the Swarm grenade was just alright. The Hunter didn't really have, Gunslinger didn't really have any good grenades. It was kind of mediocre at best. For the Golden Gun, they have increased the base damage by 50%, and they have increased it for an additional 30% against AI combatants. That's pretty substantial. You'll do a lot more damage against general enemies in the PvE, which I thought was a bit lackluster whenever you shot a captain and it didn't kill it, just took down his shields. So additional 50% is awesome, and another 30 against AI, which is brilliant. It'll do a lot more damage against bosses, especially with something like the Celestial Nighthawk that'll give 6 times, plus another 80% than what it was already doing before. Deadeye increases the Golden Gun damage by an additional 30%, so if you stack those together you can have 110% more damage than before this patch was updated. So that, with the Nighthawk of 6 times damage, could destroy loads of things. I would love to see a team of 5 Golden Gun Hunters and 1 Night Stalker destroy Atheon with Golden Gun Celestial Nighthawk. That would be amazing. For the Throwing Knife, they've reduced the base damage by 10%. They've changed some of the Circle of Life functionality, modified functionality. Precision kills with Throwing Knife reduce the cooldown of Golden Gun instead of extends the duration of the Golden Gun. I thought that was kind of crap. Why would you get a Throwing Knife headshot when you're shooting with the Golden Gun? That seems kind of pointless. Circle of Life +1 armor removed. I didn't realize it gave a +1 armor because I never use it, because it seems like a kind of useless perk. If you're going to throw a knife headshot something, why not just shoot it? The base damage being reduced is kind of annoying because I thought the Throwing Knife wasn't that good as it is. It's hard to hit, it's got a travel time. The burn on it is quite useful, but it will rarely one-shot anything. I use it quite often. I absolutely love it in PvP. And it will very, very rarely one-shot anyone unless they're running absolutely no armor. With the burn, it doesn't seem like a reduction to the damage is necessary. Some of the perks were changed on the Gunslinger. The Scavenger, which is the increased grenade and melee regeneration on ammo pickup, they've increased that by 33%. The Chain of Woe, which is precision kills increase weapon reload speed that stacks 3 times. They've added a 1+1 recovery to this, and for the Over the Horizon, which is the increased range of the Golden Gun, they've removed 1 recovery, which I didn't realize it had 1 recovery, but obviously it reduces your general stats of your subclass. So for Chain of Woe you get 1 more recovery, and for Over the Horizon you get 1 less recovery. Chain of Woe is really great if you're using something like hand cannons or scout rifles. It's excellent on Hunter. For Blade Dancer, they've reduced the mobility. The Blink incurs a -1 recovery penalty in your subclass, and the Blink strike distance has been reduced by 0.4 meters. So you won't be able to lunge as far away from the enemy, so you have to be closer to hit with Blink Strike, which is pretty nice because the lunge was kind of ridiculous on that. For Blink Strike, the backstab angle has been reduced by 30 degrees, which is excellent. People were getting backstab bonuses while facing the enemy, and it was kind of annoying. It's been there since day 1 in Destiny. You get a kill with bonus damage from in front, which is kind of silly because it means that you're supposed to be hitting from behind. Whenever you use an Escape Artist on your Blink Strike, the invisibility effect will be delayed by 0.5 seconds, and the fast twitch recharge rate is reduced by 20% because you could get Blink Strike back pretty quickly with the fast twitch, so now it's reduced. I think this is great. The Blink Strike lunge distance is being reduced. It's pretty nice. The angle at which you can backstab someone is brilliant because you used to get a backstab right when you're facing someone. And the escape artist, I don't think that was necessary, but a 0.5 seconds is kind of handy because people used to just go invisible instantly and run away, and you were kind of confused of what was going on. For Arcblade, they're increasing the duration by 2 seconds. The search range increased by 0.5 meters. They've added a 0.8 second cooldown between Arcblade swings while airborne, which is great, so someone can't jump up into the air and blink an Arcblade and just be in front of you without any warning. The energy cost per swing is being increased by 20%, but the energy cost on hit is decreased by 20%. So when you're swinging to get closer to someone, it costs you more, but if you hit someone successfully, it costs you less. So if you're very efficient with your Arcblade, then you'll be able to ruin people with a 20% decrease on the hit cost. So you'll hit more people maybe. Against AI, the Arcblade is being increased by base damage by 30%, which is absolutely excellent. Arcblade was kind of crap against minions, unless you jump down into a bunch of maybe dregs. Against any minions, you're kind of wasting your super unless it's Arcburn Nightfall or something like that. We move on to the Night Stalker. The Spike Grenade has seen very little use because, well, everyone knows it's kind of crap. No one uses it on Defender either. The Spike Grenade damage impulse per second is reduced from 10 to 5. The Spike Grenade's damage per impulse is increased by 100%. So if you stay in the grenade, it's a bit more damaging to you over a shorter length of time, but it's still the same amount of damage overall. For the Shadow Shot, whenever you hit someone with the Shadow Shot super, it's supposed to suppress their super ability. So if a Titan pops this Hammer of Sol and you Shadow Shot them, it's supposed to shut them down, but a lot of people were getting hit with Hammers of Sol after they hit them with the Shadow Shot. So now that it suppresses on impact, so when you hit another player, instantly shut down their super, which it should have been from the start. For the Smoke Bomb, there's a lot of changes here. The impact damage has increased by 34%, so if you hit someone on the body with the Smoke Bomb, it's going to hurt them 34% more than it did before. The impact suppression and damage over time is reduced by 1 second, so you're suppressed and damaged slightly less. The jump suppression has been removed from the initial impact, so when you hit someone with that smoke grenade, they're not immediately suppressed. They have about maybe half a second to jump, to run. The base smoke cloud duration is increased by 1 second. The envenomed cloud duration is increased by 1 second. The envenomed jump suppression removed from cloud status effects. That means again the same as the jump suppression. If you get hit by a smoke bomb with envenomed, you're not immediately suppressed. Vanishing Smoke, you get -1 agility for choosing that perk over the other perks because you're invisible, so you don't really need agility. The Snare cloud duration increased by 1 second. I think these are really good. It makes Smoke Bomb a bit more versatile. People have a bit more chance to get away from it, but they are also more punished if they can't, so you kind of get a trade-off between ability to get away and very punishing and very lethal if you stay within the range. The Courage of the Pack now increases recovery, armor, and agility by 2 per stack. This used to increase your recovery for you and allies whenever you killed a tether enemy. Now it increases your recovery, armor, and agility by 2 per stack, which is pretty nice. It's a nice little boost on the kind of mediocre perk that it used to be. Courage of the Pack now also stacks 3 times, so you can get 2 per stack, so you got a maximum of 6 increase to your recovery, armor, and agility for a short period of time after you kill a tethered enemy. That's pretty handy. Lockdown increases smoke duration by 2 seconds, plus 2 additional seconds with the Snare upgrade. That's really nice whenever you wanted more duration on your smoke effects and your grenade. Lockdown didn't really increase the duration of your smoke by that much, so now it's gone up. It's pretty nice. Predator now reduces the cooldown of your Shadow Shot ability, which is really cool because also as well as tracking the enemies for their walls whenever you damage them or look down the sights and aim down the scope at them, you now have a reduced cooldown of Shadow Shot, which is really handy because, Predator means that you should track and kill faster. Shade Step has moved to a single dodge on a 3-second cooldown. This is handy because whenever you're shooting a hunter and he just rolls around multiple times, you're kind of confused of what's going on, and then you get shotgunned in the face and you're dead. So now it's pretty good that it's reduced the cooldown because you can escape burns and tracking when you Shade Step. So it's great that there's a bit of a cooldown on that, and it's kind of made it a bit less irritating to play against. For consistency, Bungie have changed the Spike Grenade for the Defender Titan as well as the Night Stalker. The Twilight Garrison has been changed to a single dodge as well as reduced to a 3-second cooldown as well. For other supers, the Hammer of Sol damage has been increased by 10% against AI combatants. Fist of Havoc has been increased by 50%, an additional 50% as well against AI combatants. Nova Bomb has been increased by 50% and an additional 50% against AI combatants. and Storm Trance has been increased by 10% against AI combatants. Storm Trance is already pretty sweet against enemies, especially majors. You could pop it and just ruin a bunch of enemies. So here we see all the other supers are getting a buff. The Fist of Havoc and the Nova Bomb is increased by 100% against AI combatants. This will mean that your Striker Titan and Voidwalker Warlock will be more useful against AI, so in strikes and patrols you get way more kills, way more damage against bosses, against majors. The base increase of 50% to Nova Bomb and Fist of Havoc will mean that in PvP, if you sometimes got hit by a Nova Bomb just slightly and it nearly killed you, that'll kind of go away and you'll pretty much die anytime you're anywhere near a Nova Bomb or Fist of Havoc, which is alright because it's a super, it should kill you pretty much in one shot. The changes to the Sunbreaker are the Hammer of Sol travel speed is increased by 1.3% because it's kind of slow when you fire them for a medium distance, and it made it a bit less competitive to use. The Hammer of Sol detonation radius is also increased by 10%. A lot of the time it would detonate right in front of someone and not kill them. That's kind of silly, it should get a kill instantly. I think the changes are really good and really useful. Hammer of Sol used to be stupidly OP, but now it's pretty good and sometimes a bit glitchy, so it's nice that they fixed that. For Sunsingers, the Firebolt Grenades increased arming time by 0.2 seconds, and the decreased victim search radius by 1 meter. This means that whenever you get spammed by Firebolt Grenades, say by 3 Sunsinger Warlocks in Trials of Osiris, which is everyone's nightmare, you've got 0.2 seconds more to escape the initial blast of the grenade, and you've got 1 meter less that it will track to friendly teammates, so you won't get hit by it as often if you're slightly further away, which is excellent because 3 or 4 grenades at you at the start of a Trials match, instant wipeout and you're screwed. Changes to the Viking Funeral, which are much needed. Viking Funeral no longer extends the duration of ignite effects, and it weakens the target to take 5% more damage from all sources, stacking up to 3 times. So instead of Viking Funeral making you burn forever until you die, it now makes you weaker against other things. So if you're burning, you're going to get hurt harder with guns or with grenades or anything else. I'm really happy with this implementation because the Sunsinger friggin' Viking Funeral was ridiculously OP, ruining everyone, especially in Trials and Iron Banner. You just got hit with a couple grenades and you were out for the count. It's kind of ridiculous. The Flame Shield, which is one of the most irritating things to come up against, has had a 3-second delay added to the Overshield activation, which means whenever you're punching each other, you've got a 0.3 seconds window to be able to hit them and hopefully kill them, maybe with a shotgun or a burn or something, instead of just being meleeed in the face and instantly die. I think these are great. Sunsinger Warlocks were kind of a bane of my existence because in Trials or Iron Banner you'd be getting ruined by a team of 3 or more Warlocks that would just walk the floor with you because of their overpowered abilities like Viking Funeral and Flame Shield. So it's really nice that they've been reduced a little bit to be a bit more utility based. Sunsingers are seeming to work up to kind of like a support role in the team, which is really handy because you've got Defenders and Night Stalkers, which are more support roles, and Sunsinger seems to be kind of helping out with the damage and with generating loads of orbs. That's all for my video. Thank you very much if you made it to the end. I'm really happy. If you like me, please let me know in the comments. If you don't like what I'm doing, please let me know. Tell me why. I'm very happy to hear feedback. Have an excellent day. Catch you all later.